Oh, man, this is really living.
Hey everybody, I'm driving to a Philly Senior Stage performance. Actually, I have 2 back-to-back this week after not doing it in 8 days. It'll be fun to get back in shape, as it were. And then I also have 2 back-to-back Saturday and Sunday. I got some good work done this morning on Discover Springford. Some real estate work as well. And then I went in for my part-time job at the print shop and did some printing. And now I'm heading to Lafayette Hill, PA, to perform Philly Senior Stage. And that's where we stand. I'm going to get home hopefully by 9:30, which isn't bad. I have to unload my car. Today marks a very official, the final bit of stuff that we had stored at my dad's basement is now coming into our house. So we have officially moved in. But I have to unload my car of all of the decorations and different things that were inside. Let's see if I can get in here. Yeah, lots of stuff. And I have to load up my sound equipment and drive to Northeast Philly, my old stomping grounds, for a Philly Senior Stage performance tonight. And then tomorrow, very excited, get to have the holiday social of my local community theater. So I'll see you guys later. It's an early Saturday morning, and I have a table set up at a Christmas Bazaar at my church, school that my kids attend, and I feel very out of place because I'm surrounded by LuLaRoe representatives. Hope my table looks good though. I'll get a better shot. So my son sold out of 18 comic books. He made a profit of... Actually, some people gave him more than he was charging because they were so impressed with his salesmanship. So I think he made somewhere in the vicinity of like $15 selling 18 comic books. They were supposed to be 50 cents each. They cost 24 cents to print. So I think he did a good job today. So I think the reason why my son is so successful in selling is because when you see his face, he's so genuine. People can't say no. What are they going to do, dash a kid's dreams? Conversely, people look at me and they don't care about dashing my dreams. It's almost like their sport. Hey guys, driving home from another Philly Senior Stage performance. I know that refrain is getting very old for you that are watching. It's kind of getting old for me too, to be honest with you. But there's only, I think, 7 left. 7. It might be, my math might be a little off, but I'm pretty sure that's correct. Got to partner up with my other co-star who I haven't seen in a few weeks. So that's fun. Yesterday, after the Christmas Bazaar that I had a table set up at for real estate, I was able to perform in Lansdale, my old stomping grounds, and my wife and kids got to see the show for the first time, 3 months into it, and my kids liked it, my wife enjoyed it. So that's that. I'm heading home now. I've got another hour or so on the road, but I'm gonna go home and eat with my family, and then I'm gonna watch the Eagles play the Seahawks at my brother's house. Hey guys, I'm heading out to my audition for SALT Performing Arts Center. Performing Arts Theater. I don't remember which one it is. As I get to this point, I always start to second guess my decision on what song I'm going to sing. I have several that I can sing, and it's always the best to choose a song that you're comfortable with, that reflects the similar arc. Come on. Seatbelt. Similar arc that your character that you're auditioning for goes through. I have that song, but I don't know if it necessarily shows off my voice the best way. Challenges. I have my go-to song that shows off my voice the most, but I don't know if it's contrasting enough from the song I learned for the show. from the show that I had to learn as well. So we'll see how it goes. Hey guys, I got a callback for my audition at Salt Performing Arts Theater. So I'm heading there now. On my way, I'm actually getting the DVD from my cabaret that I did back in October, which was actually highlighted in the very first episode of Acting Realtor TV. So I'm going to stop there on the way. It's kind of on the way. In Phoenixville, and then head over to Chester Springs for my callback. A little bit different though. They called back and said most of the casting decisions have been made, but they want people to come and learn the dancing, even if your character that you audition for isn't a dancer, because they want to kind of build some camaraderie, see who's willing to take some chances, to learn something new, and that'll help them gauge, I guess, the casting decisions that they've already made in their head. So that's a first for me. I don't know if I'm being considered for the part I auditioned for or not, but I'm going to go, and I'm going to do my best to dance, and I will update you on what happens. I got it. And let's take a listen, see how it goes, see how it came out.
Thank you very much. As I was getting ready and feeling a little clammy, so I noticed in the bathroom they have those awesome hair blade things, or air blades, not hair blades. Hair blades. And I thought, what, ingenuity. And it says right on there, the safest and most sanitary way to dry your hands. Unfortunately, I had splashed water on my face.
I'm like full theater mode right now because I went to one theater to pick up the DVD of the cabaret that I sang for while listening to a podcast about a Broadway show, and now I'm heading to callbacks in another theater. So what can I say? I love it. Love it. Alright, so I went to callbacks and I got offered a part. It's not the part that I was hoping for, but it's one of the main characters. And I took about an hour to think about it, and I decided to accept it. It'll be more of a challenge, which is always good. I'm trying to take on roles that are more challenging, less of what I've already done. But sometimes the part that I really want is one that similar to one that I've already done. It's because I know that I can do it well. So this should be fun. It's not quite the elation that I was hoping for when I got a call, but I'm grateful for any opportunity, and I have to always remember that the goal is to get better, not to just get parts that I want. So I don't want to appear ungrateful, because I'm very grateful. It just was a shock, because it was not what, not that I didn't get the part that I wanted, but the specific part that I'm going to be playing, considerably older than I am, and it just wasn't one that I would have thought that they would see me for. So should be interesting, but challenging, and I'll be able to share more details to follow.
Like you hold me, ooh, baby. Love never felt so good.
Hey guys, do I look tired to you? I look horrible. Maybe you're saying to yourself, this is what you always look like, and I'll say, that's me. But it's 12:29 a.m. I'm driving home from an Atmosphere gig. Had a bit of an interesting day. As you know, I was offered a part in the show that I auditioned for, and I was a little reluctant at first because I felt like it was, none of the parts that I had necessarily would have picked for myself, but they seemed to really like me for this part. So we'll find out why, but they were very complimentary and said that they felt that I would do this better than anybody else at audition. So that's good. So I was starting to settle into the idea, and then I got an email today from Fulton. If you recall, in a previous episode I auditioned there. They offered me a part in Guys and Dolls, but it's part of an extra, which I clarified because I couldn't remember basically, it is what you think it is. Someone who stands on stage and fills out the scene. And it says specifically that the extra does not sing, talk, or dance. And part of me was like, wow, I get to be at Fulton. That's a huge deal. I mean, that's a big name theater in that area. But I just couldn't wrap my head around the commitment of the amount of time that I would have to spend and spend a month in a show where I don't do anything. It just seems... So I went back and forth, and I really thought about it, because Fulton, the interesting thing about it is that it's in Lancaster. It's a great credit to have on my resume if I want to get to Sight and Sound eventually. But I talked to my wife, talked to my mom, talked to a couple friends, just texted them to get their input, and I decided to pass on Fulton and to stay with the role that I accepted, because I think it'll be more enjoyable. And I really felt like it was kind of a crossroads for me to decide, like, what do I really want to accomplish with this acting thing? And I said to a friend of mine, maybe I'm just okay being the acting realtor and never being the actor. I don't know. I'm not putting a ceiling on it. I'm not putting limitations on what I might accomplish. I'm still going to shoot for Sight and Sound, but I also have to be realistic. And I just think that for my family's sake, this particular role that I accepted is much better. It's a consistent rehearsal schedule. It's only 3 rehearsals a week. It's with people that I know and love, and it's at a new theater. It'll be a good experience. I'll get to do things and actually work on my craft and actually hopefully improve as an actor, which I don't think I would do standing around. So that's kind of where I am. And this weekend, my buddy is getting married. Very excited about that. Well, I should say my 2 buddies, because I love his fiance as well. I knew him first, but I feel like they're family. And I'm going away overnight with my wife. It's my birthday on Sunday. I'll be 34. I'm old. Hey guys, it's my birthday today. 34. The big 3-4. That's very exciting for me. Lots more gray hairs coming in. Can you see them? See them in there? This is the obvious spot right here. That's the gold. And then down in here somewhere. Yeah. It's happening. And I don't feel any older, so don't ask me. But I did have a great time. My 2 friends got married. Perfect. I mean, everything went off so well. And I got to play a song for their wedding, got to share in that, got to see tons of friends and just have a great time celebrating these 2 that I just love as family. Got to stay overnight, thankfully, because it was a mess out there. It was terrible around where the wedding was and where I live. My father and his wife kept our kids overnight, and they had a great time. And then we reconvened today, had a little mini, had lunch and got a couple birthday presents. So that was nice. First, as you know and as you've seen, we perform, and I sometimes perform as a solo act. And when we perform, we use our laptops or iPads to have our lyrics and chords there, and we change the pages with using a foot pedal that is either Bluetooth or USB. And mine was no longer working for when I play solo, so my dad got me one of these, which will help. Kind of looks like it's called a Firefly, and it kind of looks like that a little bit. That's cool. So that was a nice present. The presents I got from my wife and kids just are like the perfect personification of me as a person, at least this part of my life. We'll start off with something that I think will be awesome, and I think it could lead into many parties at my house. It's the Bob Ross board game. For those of you that don't know, I am a huge Bob Ross fan. Before it was cool, before it was trendy and pop culture-y, I used to watch Bob Ross every Saturday after cartoons and WWF, which I should mention is a great segue for the birthday present I got on my 8th birthday that I still have, still drink from today. Hulk Hogan We used to watch Bob Ross in the afternoon on PBS. It was awesome. And I still do watch him on Netflix. If I get home late and I'm all charged up from a gig or something, I need to unwind, I throw on a Bob Ross, and it's the most relaxing thing ever. So I'm excited to have that. Maybe we'll have some parties and invite people over. The next thing was really cool, which is a book on the history of Spring City and Royersford. And as some of you know, I'm producing a show called Discover Springford. And I just sat down for 4 hours with the person who wrote this book, actually, and just learned an incredible amount of information, which is going to be featured in a 3-part episode as the finale of Season 1, which is actually coming up fairly soon. I also got a present from my exchange student, which I thought was so sweet. She gave me this card, because I love cats, as you know, and she's got me a nice gift set here, so that's cool. The one I'm the most excited about is a book that I've been wanting to get since before it came out, and I'm just going to show you what it is, and that's all you need to know. I am a bearded gospel man. I think I actually posed for this picture right here. It says, The Epic Quest for Manliness and Godliness. This sounds like a book that I would write, doesn't it? I'm very excited to read it. So that's it. I'm going to go watch the Eagles play the Rams. Hopefully they'll win and not sour my entire birthday celebration. So that's that. Thanks a lot for watching.